Blam, 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 I guess.
You didn't want to go
Blam,
live while I had
blam.
my
Thank you,
lamp in
ma'am.
hand?
I should have gone live with your lamp in hand, but it sounded like Katy was dealing with an advertisement issue. So,
It was the Northman right in my
anyway,
eardrums.
hi,
The North from the
hello.
movie or the bar?
Movie.
Hi, hello, hi, we're here. We're glad to see you. We're glad you're watching this. If you're watching this, I am Claire, the DM, and I'm clearly soliciting new online brand personas because I'm not DMing again. Yet again, here I am to play in a tabletop role-playing game. You see before you me and my pals, we are sons. One person you may have been expecting to see here. Unfortunately, Kanisha is ill, and we have encouraged them to take a night off and rest rather than try to push through. Because the two of us are trying to go to PAX this weekend, and so hopefully they're feeling better so that we are able to do that.
Right.
It is a sinus infection. It's not. So, like, I want to be clear. I'm not like, get on a plane with me when that's the situation. But anyway.
Humidify up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, welcome back, Ronan. 14 months. Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're here to play a game called Brindlewood Bay by Jason Cordova and Gauntlet Press. And Danny, aka Danny Nat 20, is, I guess, gonna take it from here, but I might interrupt if I don't like the direction this is going.
Literally.
Oh,
Interrupt at any time. I assume it'll,
as I said in my resub message, the rule is that you have to let us do whatever we want.
That is also what I said, yes.
And that
is the
goes
rule.
for Claire as well, so just saying.
Yeah, I think normally when I talk to Claire, that's how all of our conversations go.
Oh my
so.
god.
Wow.
Ah.
Wow.
We are coming for it. But yes, hello world. Danny will be the keeper for this game. Brindlewood Bay, which is a beautiful, cute, cozy, dark murder mystery game where our players will play as the Murder Mavens. It's a Murder She Wrote style game where they are in a murder mystery book club and often help solve real murder mysteries.
What is everyone's like in to cozy mysteries? Or Cthulhu, I guess. Of the two things this game is comprised of, Cthulhu-esque Lovecraftian horror and or cozy mysteries. I'm just genuinely really curious.
I just wrapped a Cthulhu game.
Ooh.
That my friend Tuff ran, that was like the first Cthulhu game I've ever played, and it was so fun. I was like very daunted by the stat shit because it was
how many stats do you have in that game?
A lot.
Like 100.
Yeah.
And it was extremely thick, and then each one had 3 values, like for depending on difficulty. Anyway, it was quite a time, but after obviously getting that out of the way, it was quite a fun game. I don't know jack shit about cozy mysteries.
Interesting.
I do love Hallmark, and I feel like
it's similar.
It has a similar
same vein, same channel.
Hallmark movies and mysteries. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And murder.
There you go. That's perfect.
Katy?
I personally know nothing about Cthulhu, and I don't really know a lot about mysteries. No, okay, I'm being such a liar. I'm being such a fraud. I don't know a lot about Cthulhu. I know nothing about Cthulhu. That part was true. I was a big like mystery reader as like a youth, as like a young reader.
It's like Encyclopedia Brown.
See, I don't know Encyclopedia Brown, but I was a Nancy Drew girly.
Yes, Nancy Drew.
So I grew up.
You get it.
That was like all stocked in my elementary school library, and I was.
Jansen?
Mm-hmm.
Or went out for Cam Jansen.
Was that the camera one? Like she had a camera?
She had a photographic memory. She was so fucking cool.
I remember
that.
Yeah, so there's that, and then wait, sorry, were you saying something else about Cam Jansen? I couldn't tell if that was the end of a sentence.
No, please go, Katie.
Okay. What else? I like being cozy. And I like books. I guess I'm not really much of a mystery reader these days, but my favorite book is a non-mystery by Patricia Highsmith, Queen of Mystery. Not queen, but a spinster crone of mystery in the
Mr. Crone
50s.
would be a good NPC name. Can we put a pin in that one, please?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all of you know this
Seymour.
about me because I feel like I cannot talk about why I want to play this game without telling this story. But oh my god. Hello. Thank you. Welcome in. We're glad to have you, Chaotic Blade 5. We're also excited to see how we play this game. But at
It'll be
least
great.
this one person has not heard this story that I've told. The reason why I want to play this game is because I used to be really into Murder, She Wrote as a youth. I do not remember nearly anything about this as an adult, but like 5th grade Claire, literally in our 5th grade wax museum project where they had little 5th graders do like a biography report on someone, and then you dressed up like them and you made a button, and people walked through and they pushed the button and you like did your little speech. My 5th grade little booty was Angela Lansbury dressed up like Jessica Fletcher in Murder, She Wrote. That is a real thing that I did. And then my hometown sent me and a handful of other people to do it in front of the school board. I don't remember much about it really at all, but I loved that show and that genre as a kid, and my mom is very into cozy mysteries. So shout out Tammy, because she is extremely into like reading like those 20 book series that like have bakery like, you know, like bakery metaphors alongside and recipes with your murder. That's very much my mom's vibe. So I just thought this would be really fun.
No, we lost Corson.
Oh no.
We're gonna have to hit.
Okay.
We're gonna have to hit Tammy up for some like promo photos for this.
Yeah.
Of you in the costume.
Oh my god.
They gotta exist. There's no way that she doesn't have them
Oh
somewhere.
my god. I
Yeah.
bet she does.
Maybe I'll text her after this.
Oh my god. That is the
Texting Tammy.
worst thing that possibly ever could have happened. All right.
Guys, I'm a liar and a slanderer once again, and Patricia Highsmith is not known for writing mysteries. She's known for writing thrillers. I'm such a my words are all scrambling, but the fact is The Price of Salt, later renamed to Carol, is not really a thriller, but it is my favorite book by Patricia Highsmith, famed lesbian writer of thrillers. That's why that was my
Absolutely incredible.
mid-centuries vibes, bad vibes.
Danny, if you want to tell us about your cozy Lovecraftian history as well as launch us into this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I occasionally run Cthulhu games. I have played in several. Usually as somebody who dies. I almost always die because I talk too much and don't have any sense of self perseverance. But and yeah, as far as cozy mysteries go, I forgot until you started talking about it. But the camera books, I remember I wrote a book report on like one of those books, and it was in the the Wisconsin State Journal, like a review about it when I was in like 4th grade. Because for whatever reason we did our own little book review group and was in the paper. Besides that, I did read a couple of the like I read there's A is for Alibi, B is for something series of books. I think I read until like F. I don't remember what any of them are, but we do this. She's got the whole alphabet written out.
Wow.
Besides that, I mean, I just am a person who loves coziness, so there is it's ingrained in me. So we're ready for it. Small town energy. I can't hear you, Corson.
Oh no. Why does the world hate Corson today?
Apple. But while we're
Are you with us now?
No.
no,
Oh wait, very distantly.
oh, I heard something.
It's
Like
clearly
your
been a
gain or
minute since
something?
we've streamed. Thank you for your patience.
All right, so is anyone else on the app Be Real? Making small talk.
What is Be
Just
Real?
vamping.
It's the latest trend app.
Oh god, I don't know anything about trends.
You can only post once a day and you get a notification when it's time to post and you have a 2-minute window and it's just a simultaneous front back photo. And so today I had me drinking my donkeys as the one photo. Anyway, it's kind of fun. It's just like it's real slice of life stuff, you know.
Wow. Wow. Which Cthulhu
Yeah, let's
game?
talk about games.
Which
Oh, I
Cthulhu
used-
game are you into, Danny? Cthulhu Dark or Call of Cthulhu?
I usually play Call of Cthulhu. I have a friend who likes Cthulhu Dark a lot, but usually Call of Cthulhu. Um, a friend of mine, his name is Tony. Usually play with him on Wednesdays, but he he's been running Call of Cthulhu games since like first edition, and has a bunch of friends who write like one shot adventures for that. And he all the time is like, "Hey, so this one was fun. You guys are gonna run it now. Good luck." Just in the middle of our switches out one of our like D&D games. He's like, "We're not playing Call of Cthulhu today. I want to," and that's the whole vibe. But
Testing.
yeah. Hey, I heard you.
Okay. I think I figured out the issue. When I reloaded video, it turned on the audio source, and so it was pulling from there. But
Incredible.
I turned that off.
That was incredible.
I don't know
work.
why. We can only send microphone signals to one app, apparently. Turns out
there's got to be a better way.
There's gotta be a better way. I demand there's a better way.
But on that note, and thank you for the question, Chaotic Blade.
Yeah.
Way to kill that awkward vibe. All right, Danny, hit us with how this is gonna roll.
Great. So today we are making our characters for this adventure. Each Maven has a character sheet with, various information. Really just, each character's got a saucy name.
Saucy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every one of these names is saucy on this list, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Especially like, my favorites, Maxine, Ernestine, Georgina, very saucy. Then there are simple, there's a style, usually a murder mystery style, or like just an elderly person on TV style, and cozy activities, and the rest we can kind of go on from there. But because of the nature of this being a cozy mystery, I would love to start with everybody picking a cozy activity for themselves, because no Maven can have the same cozy activity. You all are all unique. You can appreciate each other's cozy activities. Might even occasionally want to join in and be taught by one of your other Mavens, but your principal coziness is unique your own. So I'm gonna kind of pass that to the floor. I'm not gonna make you guys go in order because it's his first come first serve. So really, whoever is feeling brazen enough to go first can choose a cozy activity.
What's like our vibe though? Because I feel like Corson said motorcycles earlier, and like.
Okay.
Spoiler alert!
I got
Spoiler alert.
What's up?
First
I'm
of
sorry.
all.
First of
First
all,
of all-
I missed it. I'm
First
sorry.
of all, I was ready to follow everybody else's lead, and I wasn't gonna do motorcycles unless it made sense.
Well,
First of
you
all,
wanted it, and I was like, we can make that makes sense to me. I just wanted to hear more.
second of all, I could also be a gardener or a costume jewelry stan.
Oh,
Pretty good. Pretty good. I would say, yeah, you are. All of our mavens are friends beforehand. You can all also assume you have solved at least one mystery together before this starts.
Yay.
So it is, yeah. This is you're prepared. You know what to do. You've done this before.
Does this feed into the clues of the mystery? Like, is it like a Legally Blonde style thing where, like, oh my god, she knows a lot about hairstyling, so she like, is able to solve the...
Yeah, so you can later when you do rolls, you can basically use your cozy activities and items you have from that to add to your rolls. So it'll be very much a you tell me how you're doing this thing, and I'll tell you if that makes sense. I'll be like, yes, you can do that, and most of the time I will say yes, but
Okay, I'm torn, and I want to do like a vibe check on what you guys are thinking.
so
Torn,
What?
torn,
yeah,
torn.
the
I'm
first
torn.
I was
Okay.
like, that's a cozy activity, I guess.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, the first half of that sentence disappeared, and it just started with porn. And that's
I'm
kept going.
torn. But yeah, so I know it's also like we do these things to make ourselves like feel better after and between mysteries and stuff too. But
Yeah.
so I'm like, I have two very different character vibes in my head. One is like knitting, and the other is charity events. And those are two very different characters.
True.
Katie, what are you
Ooh.
thinking?
Okay, I'm thinking baking or cooking.
Okay,
Okay,
those are
I
pretty.
love this.
Those are
I
pretty
love
similar.
this though.
Yeah, so there's no competition for me.
Okay.
So how do we know
I'm
each
a
other?
self-proclaimed expat, by the way.
Expat from where?
First Ohio, then France, then Brindlewood Bay.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Well,
good.
yeah, you can all know each other from several things. You can be just friends. You also probably, Brindlewood Bay isn't a big town. So, I mean, you could also just be like most of the people who are around the same age. But also just your love for murder mystery books is your connection, right? So we are going to have you have a book club of some kind.
That's what I was going to ask, if we could be the esteemed film book club.
Oh yeah.
Which
Well,
I watched last night.
Oh my god, I
Did
do
not.
love that movie.
Yes, I did.
Did we watch
I-
that together, Claire?
I
at
think
that
so.
house sitting? Okay.
I
then,
think so.
Yeah.
So I feel like then the vibe, I do kind of like the idea that we started this book club for a reason. And obviously we were all talking about like a little bit of brainstorming beforehand, and Corson suggested First Wives Club. And then I was like, what about First Widows Club? Of like, what if our friends are all still like either like not empty nesters yet, or still have their families in tow, and we're like the ladies about town, like the Red Hat Lady vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
First Widows Club
Yes.
is killer.
I thought
gotta
I thought it might be fun, and like also the thing of like it kind of makes it like it's like very bittersweet when we get a new Maven. So I think it's interesting about like the order that we may have come together and like and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I love that. I mean, there is I think it's actually a little bit important that they have people that they care about in the world, but they don't have to be present, They a lot of like, oh yeah, you call your son from across the state and have a FaceTime with your grandkids and that kind of situation. Keep the phone up to your face and up your nose the whole time, kind of vibe.
Do we have family that lives with us? I was kind of thinking that I may have a granddaughter who lives with me. Is that like okay, or is that not good?
Yeah, we can do that. The thing about this kind of mystery is every NPC could be a suspect.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm suspicious of her because she's too online.
I mean, the fun. I think the best and probably the most fun part about this game is that you, the Mavens, decide who is the murderer, who is the villain.
Yeah.
I will present NPCs and I will present clues, and then it's up to our Mavens to string them together in a way that makes narrative sense for the most part, and see what's really going on.
Question.
Mhm.
If I pick gardening as my cozy hobby, can I still have a hog?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You get
cool.
part of what
Motorcycle
we're gonna do
grandma.
after. What we'll do after we do our like activity and our names and things is you can make a cozy little place, which is a place that you as a as a maven find your respite in, something that's uniquely your own, and yours can be the garage, the overhang off the side of the garage where you fix your bike next to your rose bed, or whatever
I
you
think I
want.
built a bike from scratch.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this woman already.
Right?
Good motorized lift in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have to lift. My back is not good
Oh yeah,
enough
you're
to
not gonna do it. You gotta lift it up the
absolutely
height.
not.
You can't get down on your knees to do it. So
Uh,
I have like ergonomic socket wrenches.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'll stop talking.
so many clamps.
I
Oh.
Clamps galore.
I think I'm gonna do. I think I might take a wild pivot and go scrapbooking instead.
All right.
Oh.
Like a hard pivot to somewhere in between, which is like all the control freak of charity events, but all the softness of knitting. And I found scrapbooking.
Sentimentality for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
right? Like I think I think she has nearly as many photos of like the book club as she does of like her like you know her favorite bird feeder that she watches or whatever, because these things are of equal weight in her life currently.
Mm. Does she have would she have a murder scrapbook just for the murders that she
Yeah,
encountered?
yeah, absolutely. But it's not of the murders, right? It's like, oh, like here's a photo of my two friends on my friend's hog when we went cross country on a jazz trip where we solved a murder. And like the we solved a murder is absolutely the back end of like every sentence where there's an interesting photo of the book club. It's like, and we solved a murder.
Incredible.
My son has asked me quite a few questions about it. That's how you get him to ask about your scrapbook.
Yeah, just put hint at dead bodies inside.
Some of them were real. Some of them, who knows?
It just whispers to your grandkids, don't mind grandma, none of them are real. She's never seen a dead body.
That's what you think.
Okay, Grandma.
Yeah.
I have a name.
Okay.
Ooh.
If we're ready for a name.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of landed on our cozy activities, if that's true. We
Wait,
can
did
always
you pick cooking or baking, Katie?
I think I'm gonna go cooking.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm going cooking, specifically French cooking.
Yes.
For a holiday one year, like for a gift giving holiday one year, you absolutely received like a Shutterfly printed book that I was very proud that I figured out how to do the Shutterfly printing so it looks real, of all of the meals that you had like made for us in the last year.
Oh.
But none of us are in the book. It's just photos
Just
of the
food.
meals.
Oh my god, I have that standing up on one of my coffee tables.
Yeah.
The occasional finger in the corner of the photos.
How dare you?
Yeah, yeah. Some of them are a
Only
little
one or
blurry.
two.
Oh, I love that.
I think that my name is Phyllis Schneider.
Ooh.
Phyllis Schneider, as in one word, or
Phyllis
Phyllis?
Schneider.
Phyllis Schneider.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Do
love it. I
people call
think
you
I'm
Phil?
writing it down. If you're nasty.
Oh,
because you should all have a nickname as well.
really?
Yeah, you can call me Phil, that's for sure.
Yes, actually, you are supposed to have like a one long, like period name basically, and a nickname that you go by.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
I honestly love Phil as short for Phyllis. That's so
Oh
good.
yeah, oh yeah. I think I might. I know, like Noah. I want to say like Phyllis with a like a Wilson or something, and I just can't. That's probably not right, so I didn't dox anybody. But
Can you tell that the players have read the game far less than the I read this
which is fun.
recently and it has completely left my brain.
It's fun. Yeah, I'm here for questions. I can kind of. It's tough for me to facilitate just when you're picking names. You know,
No, I was just saying
Okay.
Chaotic Blade asked if we're using the character keeper for this game. And
I don't know what
like,
that
wait,
is.
don't know
I
what that is.
apologize.
Hi.
Neither do
Good.
I.
Look it up. We are using the same. I think it means they just mean the character sheet.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
This-
mine's in PDF form on this screen, so you'll just have to trust me.
I do.
I have like a sad thing, but I kind of want to do it.
Do it.
I kind of want to be Marlene and have Molly be the nickname.
Aw,
Is that okay?
I love that.
Okay. That was my grandmother's name. But I just really like it as like an old lady name and people call her people did call her Molly, like that's a nickname for Marlene, which is like so much more youthful in my head, and so I just think that's kind of fun of like the energy of like I'm with the kids, I'm taking digital photos, like,
Yeah.
but still having the finger and the blur and everything else. I don't
that
have a last name yet though.
that digital camera where you've got to slide the front off so that it can open the shutter on it. You
Oh
know.
my god.
Yes. Where it makes the
Silver.
little dip sound.
Yeah. A very specific digital camera that I'm imagining in my head.
Is it the Fujifilm Cool Pics? Because that's what I'm
Oh,
imagining.
maybe. I have to look at the name of it. I
Where you
know.
slide the front and it goes dip.
Not the Nikon cool pics.
Oh wait, maybe it's not called the Cool Pics. What's it called? It's Fujifilm for sure. Fujifilm. I have mine somewhere here.
Instamax?
No. I do have the Instamax though.
Katie, do you have a name?
Yeah, I'm letting it come to me.
This one.
My name, okay, I'm going on the record right now. My name is Beatrice. Beatrice is my first name. My last name is Henderson. I'm writing this down. And
Henderson.
my middle name is Edith. Beatrice Edith Henderson. It's kind of a tongue twister, but we're running with it.
Confidence.
And it's, stylized Beatrice by choice, not by what's on. Not if you ask my mother.
Is Beatrice actually French at all, or just enjoys the French?
Beatrice moved to France at a mere 16, and
And how long did she
came
stay?
back. She came back at like 42.
Oh,
Long time.
Okay.
Long time.
Is the reason she's widowed, was he French? Or were they
Mhm.
French, rather?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I've been back here for a couple decades now, and I've got, I got some roots here, but
Was she widowed?
I'm a
At
high school
42?
French teacher.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
I think no. So she was widowed a little younger. It was like just a accident, like out of the blue thing, and she stayed. They had one child, a daughter, and she wanted to stay in France, like through her like primary, like high school, lycée. So she wanted to have her take the baccalaureate, and then once she was grown up and on her own, she figured, I miss my old friends. I miss my real homeland,
Yeah.
Ohio. And then I ended up in Brindlewood Bay because I
Yeah,
said, Ohio's not very vibrant right now.
Oh yeah, for reference, Brindlewood Bay is in like the northeastern United States. So
Yeah, I said, I need trees and water. I need the beauty of nature. I need the beauty of France, but in the US of A.
And Brindlewood Bay is a tourist town. We're probably going to take place in like late spring, so right before the big tourist rush of the year. So I imagine it being a high school teacher, you're probably actually just a school teacher. There's not, enough people in town, so it's definitely like a K-12 situation because most of the people that are here are visiting. There's not a lot of children who live in the town. There's enough to do a school, but not a there's not a class of 100. There's probably 50 or so per class, maybe.
Mackinac Island vibes.
Yes.
Okenema vibes.
Cool. Yes, that totally makes sense. I think I was a high school teacher in Ohio for a while, and then when I got sick of the suburban gray landscape, I escaped to Brindlewood Bay, happy to take on perhaps a little, younger children are a little less stressful than high school children. So happy to be here now.
So yeah, elementary schoolers listen to you when you tell them to do things.
Yes.
Very refreshing, I'm sure.
Yes. They say crisscross applesauce. Sauce de pomme.
I imagine she's teaching like elementary schoolers who just are barely learning English, but she still keeps slipping French into it.
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They know lots. The food unit, extensive. They can say every food they ever want. They know every French food vocab word there is to know.
Tiny
by 5th
course
grade.
Meals. Oh my god.
After a year with you, they don't even turn their nose up at escargot anymore. They're ready for it,
They ask for it. They're begging the lunch lady.
Please.
Escargot!
You'll take your square pizza and like it.
Oh my god.
With the little
You're
crunchy
rectangle.
pepperoni chunks. Okay. I added my style. My style is Harley Quinn.
Oh.
Yeah.
So definitely like leather jacket. Like she got tattooed eyeliner several years ago.
Oh my gosh. Is it black or is it a different color?
It's definitely black. It's not looking good.
Ooh.
And probably lip liner as well. Eyeliner and lip liner.
Not the lip liner.
Oh, hell yeah.
But now her lips are kind of crusty and she doesn't wear lipstick anymore. So it's
the line.
Just the liner.
Oh no.
Incredible.
She's kind of a bad bitch though. I think she got into motorcycles because she met like a hot Texan woman who came up to Brindlewood Bay for the summer and was like, hey, what's up? And then shit turn, you know,
Yeah, she could.
The
3/4
road
life
changes
crisis.
you.
um, does do you have does film have like a biker gang or like a patch like she would be in one? Maybe it's just by themselves, but
She probably has a patch, but it's like, okay, you to reference my own work. Do you know the little hand that has the sprout that's the proud of you emote?
yeah,
It's that on the back of her biker jacket.
rad.
It's just a little sprout.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Love it. We gotta throw some. I'm glad I went to go check the Twitch. I'm like, we gotta throw that in the chat quick.
Throw it in the chat, quick.
Uh, incredible. Does now my last question about her style is does Phil wear any spikes? Any like metal spikes of any kind on their jacket or like a bangle on the wrist or anything?
Probably no spikes, but a lot of buckles. Like
Lots of buckles.
buckles and like adjustable, like cargo pants kind of vibe, like a lot of like utilitarian, like
Mhm.
function forward clothing.
I guess I have one more question. Does Phil wear a helmet?
No.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
No, because
has
if
a
she were to
Harley.
die today, it'd be worth it.
Oh,
Oh, God.
no.
There's a Harley. I don't know what the laws are. I think we're gonna be in Massachusetts. I don't know what the helmet laws are in Massachusetts, but where I'm from, it's not the law to wear a helmet. So
Well,
Oh
she
my
definitely
God.
doesn't, and she takes the back roads to if she needs to.
I mean, she probably chooses to out of because of the
Need for
scenery.
speed.
Yeah, incredible. Does anybody else have an idea for their style? Because you can choose one, or I mean, yeah, we can always make stuff up. Even if you already explained it, just a word to describe it.
I have one off the list. I was doing some Googling of the names and things that I was not familiar with. And one of the things I Googled was Martha's Vineyard style. And I found this particular image that I think pretty accurately sums up the vibe. It's this girly. Lots of
Oh,
Oh my God.
printed little scarves and printed pants and flowy bold colored linen and just I look like clothes that look so good with a breeze rippling through them.
Love it.
Total like walking out on my deck, two hands grasping my cup of coffee as I sip it and overlook the gulls on the Chesapeake Bay. And I say,
The Brindlewood May.
"C'est la vie."
on the Brindlewood Day.
On the Brindlewood Bay. I'm sorry. Brindlewood Bay.
Does because she's French or aspires to be French, is her clothes like expensive? Is it like designer clothes or does it just look designer?
It's nice clothes.
Yeah.
It's nice clothes. That's one of the areas you can't skimp. Food, clothes, and linens. Am I right?
You're right. Right.
C'est vrai.
Way.
I know no French at all, so that's gonna be great.
Oh, you don't need to know it. It probably won't be very accurate. If my high school French teacher's watching this, off with my head, she'll say.
Yeah, I can't even count to 3 in French. I don't know any of the numbers.
Un, deux, trois.
I did take ballet though. I probably should. Just
Wow.
Did they okay, wait, we cannot derail this much. I can ask my questions about ballet later. all the
There's
cardigans.
a lot of roosters in my house. Sorry. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Like figurines or like living?
Like, yes, French country is the theme.
Nice. Okay.
Or champagne in your home.
I do like the idea of thinking about what knickknack vibe like these old ladies collect.
Mhm.
Because there's just like I just watched somebody play unpacking, and there are chickens in that game where the person slowly gets more chickens. Oh, minor spoiler for unpacking, but over the course of the game, it's very cute.
It's really cute.
It's a very good game. Anyway, all the cardigans, but I also think it's important to say like the real vibe when like it's either all the cardigans or monochromatic vibe of like because you know how there are some older ladies who like have full outfits in like a full purple fit of like a t-shirt-esque style something with a little jacket and there's like something either like embroidered or beaded or a pattern but it's all one color. It's that. She's that energy almost all the
Tracksuit.
time. Yeah.
Oh yes, that is my actual grandmother.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, she just figured
oh,
if the queen can get away with it, it's a sharp look.
Good point.
yes, any chance you can get, compare yourself to the queen. There are moves in this game that are called putting on a crown. There are two different times you can put on a crown in this game.
Don't let him fool you. Some of them are bad. Sometimes bad things happen.
Sometimes bad things happen.
Okay, make it sound all good, and then
Yeah, he's like,
I
put on the
mean,
crown. You might die.
yeah,
Die?
Yeah,
no
these
one's gonna.
mavens may not make it through.
Oh no.
We'll see. Who knows? There is conspiracy afoot. Maybe. You'll have to find out next time. Okay. Not yet. But great. So you have all settled on a name, a style, and a cozy activity. Fantastic. Now, what we need to figure out next. Well, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit. I think we will do our little check boxes and things later. So a lot of the like getting your abilities and things we do at the beginning of the actual session. And a lot of these are end of session things that we get for advancing. But what we should pick next are some Maven moves. Um, I know this is this says again at the beginning of the game, but we can do this now as well. We Each of you gets a Maven move. They can't be the same again, so you'll have to pick different ones. But and they are all on that sheet, the Maven moves sheet that Claire shared along. They are all named after mystery detectives and things like that. Bonus points if you get the references. If not, we can look them up. um, but they all have fun, different abilities. We can kind of look through them, or I can kind of read them off, whichever will with a little bit of a summary if we want.
do we
Uh,
get one move at the beginning? Is that it?
yeah, so you get the one we'll move at the beginning of each mystery. So you'll add it as we go. We'll do a couple of mysteries. I'm planning to make pretty much each session be a open and close mystery.
Ooh, love
And we'll do a couple in a row, and they may tie together. Who knows?
Yeah,
Uh,
the just to be as explicit as possible, the schedule for this is every other week starting today on Tuesdays. So the bulk of what we're doing will be 3 sessions every other Tuesday in May. For a Brindlewood May, as Corson pointed out, and it made
yeah,
me so happy. So yeah, stick around for Brindlewood May.
yeah.
Is Dale
Okay, I have
Cooper a
two.
serial killer? Hard
Hmm?
pivot. Who is Dale Cooper?
Dale Cooper is from the
Oh,
It's
it's
from
from
David Lynch, right?
thank you. Yeah. I was like, why do I know that name? It's Carl
Twin Peaks,
McLaughlin.
not David Lynch.
Well, I mean,
I mean, he did, yeah, whatever.
yeah, Twin Peaks, yeah. Oh, and I
That's
did
the
find
only one I know.
that's very funny.
I think
MacGyver? You know MacGyver.
Yeah.
No, I do. I know that CBS did a flop remake of it a couple years
All the
ago that they
Maven moves are
advertised
named
during
after
Big
male
Brother.
detectives. Oh, that's
There's Magnum
awesome.
PI,
I didn't
Fox
clock
Mulder.
that
You
they
don't
were
know
all
Fox
dudes.
Mulder?
Hmm.
It's X-Files.
Are people vibing with anything?
I have 2 that I could do, I think. That would make sense.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot.
So the one is the obvious Michael Knight.
Yes.
And the
ready
other
for
one would
that.
be Colt Seavers.
Mm.
Because she seems like kind of a little bit of a daredevil. You know, but
That's
could go
true.
either way. I feel like probably Michael Knight is like the choice, like the obvious choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can add your bike to situations.
Oh, that's
It's
so
pretty good.
cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is fun. I like that. Yeah, and you can definitely, especially if you take the Michael Knight. I mean, you're always gonna let you add as much flair to your bike as possible, but now I require as much flair as possible if it's gonna be your Maven move. Yeah.
I wonder, so B is a retired school teacher, but what is
Yeah, what was your past
what
career?
was Phil?
Or did you
Phil?
have one? What do you, oh yeah, what was your your young
Phil was
adult life like?
I think Phil got married young, had kids pretty young. Kids aren't around anymore, whether they moved away or are not living anymore. So she was kind of like estranged from her kids. But then her granddaughter like ran away from home and was like, "Hey, can I come live with you?" And she was like, "Yeah, okay." So she's kind of doing the parenting thing again now, but in a much looser grandparent style way.
What like age is your grandchild? Around what age?
Like mid-teen.
Just
Okay.
old enough to get in trouble, just young enough
Just
to
old enough to
not.
be a little shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just old enough to be a little shit and for me to be like, it'll probably be fine. Like, oh, you learn stuff by getting fucked up, you know?
The vibe of don't stay out too late, but I'm going to bed early kind of situation.
Exactly that vibe.
Yeah.
Exactly that vibe, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll definitely have to give them a name. at
The
some point.
granddaughter,
Yeah,
her name is Aurora.
rad.
Nice.
I think. Aurora, and she is very online. She's extremely online.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
She
I
definitely
think
has
I
some-
think the other half of the relationship between them is like me being like, "Don't you have anywhere to like be this weekend?"
You're trying to get her to go out, yeah, to
And
be
she's like,
social.
"Yeah, I've got to be on Fortnite."
Oh my god. I'm looking at I like the idea of the Gordon Shumway with the cat, but I also like I like the idea of I don't know, I'm really torn. I was thinking maybe R. Quincy because I just feel like she has a vibe that like maybe she was a school nurse and like maybe that's how we met Beatrice. Is like maybe she was a school nurse but also just like a regular nurse or something. Just a regular nurse, literally medical heroes. But I don't know. For some reason that one kind of drew me to it, but there are definitely others that I could go for. Cuz the cat is also very cute, obviously.
I think the
like
school
both.
nurse idea is good also because like theoretically I would end up at parent teacher conferences. Like we'd all be connected
Oh my
to the school.
god, it's yeah, where your
Mm.
granddaughter is now and she's pissed that she's at school with like 50 other kids who are all different ages. That's why she's online.
She's so online that living in a small town doesn't matter except when the internet goes down.
Oh
which it
God.
does pretty often. You know,
Yeah.
she's got like what, like
Spectrum.
cricket. Yeah, not even worse than way worse than Spectrum. There's like,
Ugh.
yeah,
Nah, you know she absolutely has you paying for fiber and you don't even know it.
Yeah, true.
She's like,
She
Grandma,
hacked
this is
my
just how
credit
much
card.
it costs.
Yeah.
Things cost
Wow.
more than they did when you were born.
one day there's just a long wire coming out of her bedroom out into the power line.
Um,
Incredible.
I
Katie,
feel
I
like
feel
I
like
don't
there were
know.
good ones for you in here too.
There are good ones, and I think I want the one. I don't know, man. The one that's speaking to me is Jonathan Hart.
I
Yes.
saw that one for you as well. Ooh, yay.
Yes.
I used to live a globe-trotting jet set life, and I still have a touch of glamour about me that will never fade.
Yes.
Love
I
that.
love the idea of like the shiny foreign language teacher also. Like I think that's very fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tight grandma energy, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
So tight.
So, yeah, my husband was very rich, so we,
Oh.
And now he's very dead.
yeah, so, you know,
Wonder how that happened.
I don't know. I don't know, buddy. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say about people who consume too much like true crime, you know.
What do they say? They become
That-
true criminals?
Yeah, they become true criminals.
I used to read a lot of the pulp mysteries on the long train from Paris to Nice, dans le sud de la France. Yeah, long train rides, lots of reading. Chugga chugga.
Oh my god.
He fell out of a train. Anyways.
Amazing.
He fell out of a train. Yes, canon.
Yeah,
Canon.
And you just tucked and rolled and it was fine, and that's why you're an adventurer.
I stayed on the train.
Well,
My bike's name is Magnus. And he's
Magnus.
totally souped up, like absolutely souped beyond.
Just so loud. Just
So like I definitely put little amplifiers for the sound. Also like has like panniers that are really fancy and like very high tech high tech mechanically, not high tech electronically. And yeah, it has like, you know, booster jets and like whatever other shit. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think you know, Corson. I did like repair cranes in a Harley factory for a little while.
Turbo mode.
And so I'm into this.
Yeah, okay, great. Wonderful.
Incredible.
Magnus, my bestie.
Magnus and Aurora and Phil, the gang. With
all here.
everybody's here with Molly and B. Is it B or Bia for your nickname?
Bea.
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 You got the accent
Oh.
aigu over the. My daughter's name is Clotilde, by the way. Clotilde is what I named my child. She's in her she's like 50 now.
Because isn't this like we have to actually talk about like we have to nail down our partners, our kids, and our jobs to like make
the town.
Okay, great. Okay. I was like, are we jumping the shark
Yes.
here?
No.
My son's name is Stieg and he lives in California.
Incredible. Well,
Nice.
I like Steve.
Clotilde just
I like
adopted twins. I have grandchildren.
Congratulations.
infants.
Yeah.
They're les enfants. They're
They're
tiny.
so fun when they're babies.
Oh my god.
You get all the good parts all over again.
Okay.
True.
So the way that this works with our like naming these things, Danny, I'm stealing your thunder.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is we we each have to say, like, we have to describe our deceased partner. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Our partner is deceased.
They're dead.
Our children, if you have any, and pets are okay as well. And what our career was before we returned to Brindlewood Bay. Oh no, retired to Brindlewood Bay. And then, but after this is the key thing here, is after this, we get to describe objects that are found in our homes. So, like,
Yeah.
I get to say an object that's found in Phil's home. And, like, so we describe it for each other and add it to our, like, cozy little place thing. So we want to...
Would I be adding other stuff to my cozy place? Or just
Only-
Magnus?
Only Magnus so far, I believe.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you can, like, use those as
Okay.
things later. But I think at certain moments they become expendable too, which is, like, stressful for different reasons. But yeah, we want to get between 3 and 5, which is perfect because we'll describe our characters to Kanisha. They can also put an object in our spaces, and then Danny also does one as well. So we'll each have 4 plus whatever if we get things from our Maven move too.
Yeah. So,
Oh, go ahead.
well, yeah, I was gonna say. So we can move on to that kind of situation. I think, yeah, the first thing, because we were starting to talk about it, we should start talking about families. So yeah, your dead spouse. Who are they? What were they like?
My late husband's name was Ken. He was an engineer who always talked about how science was for the boys.
Oh God.
And your children?
And well, Stieg is now he's in software consulting.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you need to write that down.
It just came to you so fully formed.
That's improv, baby.
Does Stieg have a family, or does he live alone?
No, Stieg has like a wife and 2 younger children, I think, like younger than Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like significantly younger. Like I think Aurora is like 16 or whatever, and I think these kids are like 4 and 6.
Mhm.
I don't know that much about them. I've only heard about them from Aurora.
Is Aurora
like-
from a first marriage?
Yeah, I think, or maybe not even a marriage.
Okay.
I think like a first relationship, but yeah, I think it's kind of the Carmen from Sister of the Traveling Pants vibe.
Cool.
And so she rode a bus across the country to come find me. Because she was like, my dad Stieg picked his perfect family that would fit into his Silicon Valley
Aw.
lifestyle, and I wasn't part of it.
My dad Stieg kills me.
My dad Stieg.
She doesn't say just my dad. She's like, you gotta remember his name is Stieg.
Gotta remember his name is fucking Stieg, dude.
Oh.
Incredible.
You named him that too.
I know.
That's
Oh, yeah.
so funny. It took me that long to think about the fact that that means you named a child Stieg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Well,
good.
Yeah, I mean, it was Ken's father's name.
Yeah, it was definitely a family name of Ken's.
Yeah.
And Ken was like, maybe actually Ken's name was Stieg Kenneth, and he went by Ken. So then he named his kid Stieg Kenneth the Third.
Oh my god.
The Stieg.
Anyway,
Incredible.
that's the Schneider
Incredible.
fam.
The Schneiders. All right.
Stieg
Then, yeah.
Schneider.
Great. Yeah. Now, who else has more info on their dead family or living ones?
What was your career?
Oh, we hadn't done that yet.
I was a stay-at-home parent.
Oh, okay. Can
He
we
was
put-
he was an engineer. He was really insistent on like
Yeah.
the gender role thing. So he was like, "No, you stay home."
Oh my god. And the motorcycle and the Texas lady. I love this.
Yeah. So the
really love
motorcycle and the
this.
Texas lady came later. And I feel very self-actualized now. But I mean, like, I think the grounds at my house have always been just, like, unbelievable English garden style, like, really, like, artfully overgrown.
Oh yeah. Great. You get annuals in the spring and bulbs in the fall, ready to go.
Yeah. I'm 12 steps ahead of God.
Can I
It says that on the back, on the jacket as well. The plants 12 steps ahead of God.
God, yeah. I'm writing that down.
Canon. It's in the
So-
books.
for stuff in Phil's house, I'm curious because I think what I want to suggest, but I'm curious if you think this tracks, Corson. I'm tempted to come up with something that is linked to an abandoned hobby in the phase of her life where she was learning about herself to get her to the hog. You know what I mean? Like, do you think there
yeah.
was a period of time where she tried a bunch of different stuff? Or do you think it was like she had so much time as a stay-at-home parent with Ken that like you already knew what you wanted and you were just kind of waiting for him to die?
I don't think she knew. I don't think she was sitting there like knowing what she wanted. I think she felt kind of like, you know, maybe I was put here to like raise this kid and that's fine. And then Stieg left and Ken was still around and she was like, okay, well, now we're here.
I think
But
that
and then
you
it was just
have
like a lot of
a-
routine.
I think that you have a really like ornate, perhaps even like to Bea's envy, full spice rack from when you
Ooh.
tried to lean into like it was like pre-gardening, but it makes sense as to how you got to gardening.
Yeah.
Of like, I'm gonna be really into like herbs and spices and adding them to cooking as like kind of this attempt to be into the gender role thing, but it didn't really stick. And then like realizing that what you were actually interested in is the growing of the thing and not like the manifesting of it in a pretty place. But you have this really beautiful thing because why would you throw that out? It was so expensive, you know? And
Even though they're all like dusty now, like they all have no flavor.
and I think in some ways, like maybe they remind you of like meals you had made or tried to make for Ken or Stieg or whatever, and then like, but they also now remind you of like maybe one of your dates with the Texan woman was like you actually did cook and you used them and they were positively received, and so we can like see the ones that are like not as dusty.
Cute.
That's my suggestion for your cozy little
Love that.
place.
I love that.
When did you start gardening? Sorry if you already said that.
No,
I missed it.
I think I've always been like had kind of a green thumb, but I think when Stieg was old enough to be in school, then I think I like got really into the like spending 8 hours a day outside with my hands in the dirt.
Okay, and what's your general like home? So you have the English garden style.
Yeah,
outdoor.
I think it's like an old like English farmhouse that I live in kind of.
Very cool. Very cool.
Like with a big porch that kind of wraps around the side. Is that an English thing or just not a non-English thing? That might be a more southern thing, but I don't care. I have a porch.
Love a wraparound.
Hey, yeah.
Brindlewood Bay, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's very Victorian, I feel. It's fine.
Brindlewood Bay.
Brindlewood Bay is I will say, it's like an old town. Like, it's been around for a long time. So, you could have a, like, old school, just, massive Victorian home that was, cheap because it's old, but then you can fix it up and have, this beautiful wraparound porch and massive yard with gardens and things that would all feel canon and right. So,
Yeah.
9 acres for $40.
So wait, what are you all gonna
All
put
you have
in
to do is
Phil's
save
house?
up.
I think and you can stop me if this seems wrong or out of character, but I think you have an item that I'm thinking like the two that came to mind initially were like one of those kneeling cushions for gardeners that they use. Or like a little flat stone thing that, they put the glass beads in and like a little handprint or something like that they'll have. But I think it was like a craft that Stieg made for you when he was in elementary school at some point. And it like doesn't really go necessarily with the rest of the the more like refined aspects of like the garden and how well kept it is, but you have this one thing, and if it's like a knee cushion, it's like super ratty. If it's like,
I think it's one of those concrete handprint
yeah.
things.
Okay.
I think you're exactly right.
That's
it's like
so
one of those like
sweet.
handprint things with the glass beads.
Yeah, and like maybe there's a little bit of like growth over it, but it's there, and like it's there, and I don't know. That just seems like a little softy, little cute thing you could have.
Fantastic. I was thinking originally thinking something similar, a craft of Steegs of some kind, but I think I'm going to take something from my mother's garden because my mom is a very insane gardener, and some that she still uses that she definitely shouldn't anymore. She should have something better. It's my old Red Ryder like wagon. She uses like a wheelbarrow. So
My
I
mom
think
also uses a radio flyer as a
radio flyer. That's what I meant. Yeah, Red Ryder's the gun. A radio flyer wagon. But the Red Ryder BB gun is from the Christmas Story. Yeah, that's what I screwed it up with. But no, yeah. So a little radio flyer wagon. Definitely like a little rusty, but still goes. And yeah, perfect. Full of dirt.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
full of dirt.
Great. Yeah. So those are some things for Phyllis. I think as we're going, I should say too, your cozy little place doesn't have to be your home. It can be, but it could also be like you're talking about being, you were a teacher at some point. It could be like a classroom or a shop or, whatever. Um, but yeah, I think we'll move next to how about Bea? I was gonna say Bea. Bea.
If people say Bea, and I've gotten to an age where I don't correct them anymore. I once would have, but can't be bothered the more the days go by. Okay, so what are we talking here? We're talking family.
Yes.
As I mentioned, my one daughter, Clotilde, my ex-husband, the love of my life, my sir, my soulmate, Robert. Robert and I met en France, and we hit it off. Robert's from a very different world than little old Beatrice Edith Henderson, and I was sucked into the mystique, and we had it all. I thought we had it all. Robert was a investment banker. Robert was making the bread, and I was teaching English actually to the neighborhood children. I was a stay-at-home parent for a while. Then I decided I wanted to become a teacher, so I got my teaching degree, and the rest is history. Unfortunately, shortly after I got my teaching degree, that is when Robert fell out of a train on our way to the south of France. It was tragic. Clotilde and I we were distraught.
Was Clotilde on the train as well when he fell off of it, or just you?
Clotilde was staying with Robert's parents, unfortunately, so there was no other witness other than myself, but you can take my word for it that it was accidental.
Right.
So yeah, that was a dark period, but we stayed. Clotilde finished school, went on to college, actually became a professor herself. And later 40s, she had settled down. She and her partner, also a professor, wanted to adopt children, and a few years later, it finally happened for them. So they're new parents with little twinnies. I'm a first-time grandmother.
We should also, we should probably establish ages as well. What age we are. Everyone should be at least 65. That'd be very young for the group. I'm believing, or on the young end. Maybe not very young, but on the younger end. So, as we're thinking,
76.
Okay.
You're 76?
Imperial. Yeah, that's old.
I was thinking 72.
Alright. It's not very old. I don't know why I think that. My grandmother's
I'm old, but I'm vital.
and stylish.
I'm thinking I probably have 2 kids that are older than Stieg as well. But I don't know who they are. We'll find that out later. But I think probably like 70 to 72 for me, somewhere in there. I think I had my
we
first
went
child
to high school together.
Oh yes, we can make me 72 easy. Easy.
Yeah, you guys 72.
Okay.
I think we went to high school together. That is very First
fun.
Wives Club. That's literally what happens in the First Wives Club. They went to college together.
We went to high school together, went all our separate ways. We were in the fucking K through 12 school.
Oh, yeah.
And then sometimes when nobody is left home, home is the place to be.
There. I mean, home is home.
That's so cute. Can I give another family member? I know I've been talking for years. I have a sister in Ohio. That's my Ohio connection.
Yeah.
She went to the Ohio State University and stayed in Ohio forever. Pat, Patricia.
But she doesn't have a French version of her name. It's just Pat.
I've thought about it. I tried to get her to come to France with me, but she said no. The Ohio State University calls.
I'll never leave. I must be within sight of it forever.
I said we could have been Beatrice and Patrice. We could have been Treece sisters. We could have been Treece sisters. But she said no. Oh, I also have to say go blue.
Oh my god.
Allez les bleus. My high school French teacher had a t-shirt that said that. Allez les bleus. My high school French teacher had a shirt that said that. She was a U of M fan and a Francophile.
So, what are we putting in, what are we putting in Bea's house? What is your cozy place?
Yeah, what is your cozy place?
My cozy place is specifically my kitchen.
Okay.
I have, because I'm sort of like more subbing at the moment, so I don't have, in the past it might have been my classroom, but I've transitioned into a more substitute role, some more days off, got my pension.
Yeah, you're retired.
Coming in.
Now they just call you when they really need you and you go and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So I think I have also a really old house that has been gut rehabbed because I have a lot of money and I did not really spend it. I spent it really on travel in my France days, but not necessarily on like a lavish lifestyle. That was a little bit of a point of tension when Clotilde was an adult and then saw how I could gut rehabbed my Victorian era house. So I've got like a Nancy Myers style kitchen. I have got like an absolute film set of a kitchen. It has everything
for a fork.
Yes, I have to run half a mile to get to my fork drawer. It's so big. Huge island. Absolutely huge island that I for sure spread feasts on for my friends and my family and anyone who will come over. So yeah, it's really old exterior but new interior, but it's all in like that French country house style. So it has like the paned glass cabinets and like a pot rack hanging from the ceiling and so many ceramic roosters. That is absolutely a motif.
Copper pots.
And so much, a huge wine rack.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the wine is very choice.
The wine is free-flowing at Chez Bea.
Is it both colors or just one?
Oh, it is both colors, baby. It skews a little more toward the white because I like cooking poultry.
Oh.
The best, and that's what, pairs well with le poulet.
I have an object suggestion, but I'm going to need your help to pin down exactly what it is.
Okay.
I think I'm interested in, is there an object that is not the most top of the line or not the highest functioning version of it that could exist, but is a sentimental object that Bea has kept with her? Like, I'm thinking like it could be an old teapot. It could be like an appliance that is like a hand crank version of something that could be electric now, but isn't. But like, I'm curious about a kitchen item that is of sentimental value to put in the kitchen.
Yeah.
A waffle maker that has a plug from 1960.
Oh my god.
What? Is that a real life reference?
I haven't burnt the house down yet.
But it is
yeah,
that mentality
I love
of like
that.
it's the thing she can keep that you can say like, hey, it works. Like, but really she's keeping it because it means a lot to her.
You know what it is? It's one of those stovetop espresso makers. It's so old.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's vintage. It's she and Robert, because they had a few good childless years. Like she had kids old for her age, for the time.
Yeah.
And so that they used to sit out on their little Parisian balcony every morning and have some stovetop espresso, and it was Robert who introduced her to that. So she had never had a sip of Java before going to France, and
now and forever.
now she has it. The handle's a little rusty. It is not like copper like the rest of her appliances, but it's understated. It's like a black, like simple French looking stovetop espresso. Keeps it on the back right burner. Or no, she keeps it on the little middle burner. Sorry. She has a
big
middle
oven,
burner.
big stovetop.
Yeah,
I had to upgrade in my head. I've never had one of those.
I love that.
We have one of those right now. Don't
Wait, we do?
No.
Our stove has a middle burner.
No, it doesn't.
Guaranteed.
What?
I don't cook.
No, it doesn't.
How many burners does it have?
I'm pretty sure
use
it's 5 burners.
Katie, go look right now.
No,
Go look right now.
Go look, yeah.
Go look right now.
I'm pretty sure it has a middle burner.
I'm sorry. I need to know because I feel crazy.
Listen, I don't need rails.
I was gonna be like, what else are we gonna put in her house? But we can't really put it in her kitchen without her here.
I have my item that I'm
good,
ready
okay.
to put in when she returns.
Okay.
I do too. But
Are we gonna say the same thing, Danny? I don't know.
that would be wild. I doubt it.
Okay.
Maybe
She's back.
with the
It has
result.
5.
What?
I knew it. I knew it.
Wow.
I knew it.
Did not know
There's
that.
a middle burner on that stone?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, there is.
shoot me in the foot and call me Nancy. I had no idea.
So you're all fancy now. Everybody.
This one has
is
a
fancy.
double range.
Double range is good.
Wow.
Okay, so my
And a
item-
functioning hood. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Had to
Yeah,
get my
very
one
important.
complaint in. No vent on our
there is
yeah.
a vent on ours.
But it just
We
goes
can't do
up
this again.
above. It doesn't go out of the house.
Oh, that's true. It doesn't go out of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. My item is it's in the kind of corner of your stove, like where in historical houses they had like a second oven. You've replaced the cabinet doors for that second oven to be glass front doors. And it's a collection of all around the world cookbooks that I'll let you decide whether you use cookbooks or not. Or if there's only one that you use and it's just a French one. But it's like it's cuisines from every corner of the planet. And you have like a unique cookbook for like every country and every sort of like cultural food place.
I love that.
I think it's partially because people are like, it's that thing where you have like a hobby that's very strong and you're very good at it. And so everybody's like, oh, I know the thing that I'll get her for her birthday. And it's like,
Yeah.
everybody gets a cookbook. But people have gotten really creative. And so there are some really cool ones in there.
Yeah, that was definitely, that's the later in life twist in my lifelong love.
Yeah.
You know, as I've expanded a little bit.
Oh.
A little bit, a lot. I've expanded a lot. I'm trying new things. You definitely can teach an old dog new tricks.
Well, it's funny because what I was thinking is kind of along the lines similarly, but not the same. I was imagining, with the style choice you chose, with the flowy shirts and maybe like more dress-like things, but they all have a very like cinched waist on them, at least from like the images I looked and saw. And so I imagined an apron for every occasion as well. So depending on the meal, there is an apron to match.
Oh my god, I love this.
That's very good.
Yes. 100%.
That's luck.
I have a
That's so
closet
funny.
full of them.
An
Oh, yeah, there's
apron for
so
every
many.
occasion.
Yes.
I'm literally writing, I'm taking little notes, and that's literally how I'm describing this one. Quote, an apron for every occasion.
Yeah.
I love that.
Incredible. But yeah, all right. Well then, lastly, our Molly.
I think Molly had like she and her partner she calls him my Jackie. When me and my Jackie met, we were young but not too young. I think they met in college. I think she did go, right? Cuz like she wanted to be a doctor. I don't think the doctor thing quite worked out because she actually realized she cares more about helping people feel good moment to moment than like curing them of the
Ailments.
like so I think she kind of went down the more like nurse like track for that reason, not because she couldn't do it, but because she wanted to be able to be doing it faster. And medical school takes a long time and is hard when you're a woman in the time that they were growing up.
Yeah.
So I think that she, when she met Jackie, it was game over of like being told like you can do whatever you want and not worry about what people might think about the choices that you make or whatever. And I think that's also when she started taking photos all the time of everything, because she just was like, I'm seeing the world in a whole new way where I can just enjoy the things that I like and help people feel better. And that was kind of like, it feels very like kind of simple life energy of like they had this sort of whirlwind romance, and when they graduated or when they were like leaving college, he proposed and they got married, and like they did a very kind of very normal track of that. And then they moved to, I think, a suburb somewhere, maybe near his family. And then they found out that they couldn't have kids. And I think that she didn't have kids, but she has a sister who has lots of kids. And when she was younger, that was much harder for her. But now that she's a little, like, when she got a little older, and now that she is the age that she loves all of her like nieces and nephews as though they were her grandchildren. And there's kind of like a little bevy of them, because I think maybe she has multiple siblings, but at least the sister that she's closest to has at least 3 kids, so she like spoils those kids. I think she has a pet that does kind of live with her. I think it's like it's probably a cat. But it might be a kitten. She might have a brand new kitten, which is kind of psycho energy for a 72-year-old woman, but she thought it would be really good for her to like stay sprightly. So she like got a kitten when all the like the one animal shelter in Brindlewood Bay was like, we're overflowing, and like Abernant just had kittens and we need to move them. And so she was like, well, I have to take the kittens. So maybe she has 2, because they play
Yeah.
better when they're together.
Yeah.
I think she lives in like a little ranch style house in Brindlewood Bay. I don't think it's huge. I think it's like one of the smaller houses on the block, maybe on the same block as Phil's house. Where it has that like style of home, but it's only 1 story with a basement instead of 2. And like, and her cozy space, I think, is like her like what would be an office, but is really like the scrapbooking room.
Yeah.
And that's sort of, I think, the vibe. And then she went through the part of her career where she was a nurse, and like, and then eventually was like, I think he died when she was, I think it hasn't been that long. I think maybe like 5 to 10 years since he's passed. But basically when Jackie passed, she was like, my sister and her kids are somewhere else. Like, I'm not actually that, like, I love Jackie's family, but I'm not that close to them. So she moved home to be around her friends who also have children who she can like be excited for in different ways. I think because we're all close, I think you're like Molly has offered to like help you all make scrapbooks for your family and stuff, and has like asked for photos to make for your families and stuff.
Yeah.
Not in like a sad way, but in like a way where it genuinely brings her joy to like hear about the stories, and then figure out fun ways to like find little quotes that are like really kitschy or whatever. So yeah, I think that's the vibe. And I think I want to be really clear that like her not having kids, or her like, she's not sad about that anymore. Like, she genuinely feels joy in the successful like growth of people close to her as children. But yeah, I think that's Molly.
Great. Very cute. Now, yeah, what else? What do we want to put in Molly's cozy space?
I'd like to propose a really vibrant accent wall.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I'll let you kind of like say maybe what's on it, but it could be like a mural, or it could be just like a really bright color, or like rainbow gradient or something, just like some really vibrant.
I kind of wonder if when she first moved into the house, she tried to make a mural. And like, she's really great at crafting, but not necessarily at like painting. And so I think you can kind of see the shape of a mural under what is now a monochromatic wall that she painted herself, but it's like a really bright, like shock of like maybe like a purple color. It's just like a really bright purple wall. But if you look closely, you can see like kind of the darker spots where she had like clearly tried to like paint Brindlewood Bay as her wall,
Oh
and
my
it like
god.
did not work. It was a really ambitious goal.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think framed like on the opposite wall is just a really nice photo of Brindlewood Bay that she took. That was the photo she tried to paint, but instead she was like, never mind. And there was like a weekend
Aw.
where you guys didn't hear from her at all that she was trying to paint this. And then all of a sudden she comes back, the office is painted, and she's not willing to discuss what happened.
Oh. It looks très chic. Ma chérie. Ma chérie.
Oh.
My accent's bad. Bea's is good. In your house, or in your house, in your cozy house, I think, did you have something like when you were a school nurse? Did you have like a signature like candy dish or like candy jar or something?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because she would have
I
had
think
something that was like right as you come in too, so that there were certain students who would just pass by and not even come in and just be like, "Hey, Miss Davies," and like grab something and leave.
Classic. I think you still maintain one of those like near the entrance of your house.
Yeah.
If there's like a little, just a little table or something.
Yeah, I think there's gotta be like a sort of, for some reason, and this is gonna sound sad, but I think it's a fishbowl, and I think like it's a fishbowl that she has kept from a fish that like either she and Jackie had or like she had or whatever, but it's like this beautiful fishbowl that like she doesn't actually like fish. She just used to have a fish but liked the bowl and then like turned the bowl into something greater. I'm trying to figure out what the candy is though. That's really what I'm like. I think
Buttermint.
well, and that's what I'm wondering is like, is it like a Werther's or a Lifesavers or a butterscotch situation? I think maybe it is just but like she's done this since she was like in her 30s, and it's always been those butterscotch candies, and now she realizes like she is a parody of herself with these butterscotch candies in her house. Yeah,
I love
thank you. I
those.
think that's really good. They are really good, and that's like
Yeah.
nobody gets them because there's a certain like trope associated with them, but they're so good. Butterscotch
get 'em.
candy fishbowl.
I love that, and now I want one of those
Yeah.
in my house. A fishbowl full of Werthers.
Fishbowl of Werthers. Honestly, let's do it.
Yeah.
I gotta visit again.
I'm gonna throw something in there that's a seems like it probably would be a given, but I think it needs significance. Is, in every good craft room there is like an old boombox.
Yes. Oh my god, I know this boombox so well. My mother has one downstairs.
Yeah, you can play. You have has a real long antenna on it to get the radio stations and sliders, I think, instead of knobs. And because
I may have
you
the
need
radio station, but I also have my Jersey Boys CD. So
Oh yeah.
not the
I love that
original-
Frankie Valli.
Not the original Frankie Valli music, because I had that on like record, but the record player's in a different part of the house. In my scrapbooking place, it's a Jersey Boys CD that like somebody got me at some point, and I was like, love this music.
Yeah, because the scrap room's not big enough, for the record player in it.
Yeah.
It's got the boombox on a shelf,
Yeah. Well, and also I think the record player for her is definitely more like
or the
visual now at this point.
Yeah.
What's our timeline? Are we in like modern times?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's today. Yeah.
I think Aurora tried to teach you how to aux your phone into the boombox and play your audiobooks from your like audiobook apps.
I
and
love her. I
yeah.
think she's great, and I really try to bond with her. I don't know how she feels about that, probably negatively because she's 16. But
Yeah.
I just am like, I remember what it was like to be 16 in this town, and I don't understand that she's got like thousands of friends.
All over the world, yeah.
I'm like, I remember what it was like to know 5 people, and I was just lucky enough to like them, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to like your 5 people.
And she's like, what, 5 people?
Yep.
Yeah, 5 people, you guys.
Yeah. Got my Dean Martin CD too, you know.
Incredible. That's pretty much it for our character sheets. For now, the rest kind of happens in game or after game. At the beginning of our first session, we'll add one to an ability, and I'll explain what the abilities do. And Kanisha is here as well.
The 0, 1, 1, 0, -1, is that what everyone starts with?
Yes. And then you can add one to it depending on who you are for each at the beginning of a session. But I want to do one quick thing describe one more thing quick before I have everybody add one thing to it. I want to talk about the room where you have your book club meetings in. Somewhere there is a shop I'm going to name the Brindlewood Books. It's a book shop, not a library. That you have you can rent a room in weekly to have your book club, your murder mystery book club, where you will read the what's it called? The what is the name of the books? The Gold Crown Mystery Series, which is your favorite, by an author named Robin Masterson. And I just wanted you guys to each put a thing in the room.
I've got one.
Yeah, you can start it.
It's one of those like church coffee hour coffee dispensers with a little tree of mugs, like one of those like wooden trees that has the sticks coming up and they have the handles of the mugs on. And the coffee is always burnt. And the sugar packets that are there, all the actual sugar has they're gone and it's just the Splenda and the equal remaining.
Yeah.
So you have to so every time Phil comes in, she says, "Pick your poison," and it's equal or Splenda. Because they don't have real sugar. And it's on one of those little console side table kind of things, like on wheels.
Incredible. I think it's a little humid in there too, so the packets are a little thick.
Foggy. Yeah. It's kind of like a sugar sheet instead of a sugar packet.
Yeah.
There's only that powder creamer.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And it's like a little crusty.
Yeah. It's in clumps. If you shake that bottle, it's clumps.
Oh my god. I think at some point Molly started bringing in a giant bag, like a literal Tupperware of sugar, but it's exactly the amount that just Phil needs in her coffee, and a little creamer that goes bad after every book club because she's trying to help.
Aww.
But the coffee is still burnt to
Still
shit.
burnt. Yeah.
The coffee's been there for days.
Yes, every day.
But yeah, she tries to hide it so that the staff doesn't feel bad, knowing she doesn't realize the staff doesn't give a shit about what we think. But I think there are armchairs. I think there are 4 to 6 armchairs that have not gross stains or anything, but are definitely well worn, and the seams are kind of frayed, and the fabric is all kind of a little mismatched to one another because one chair sat in the sun for literally 7 years, and now that chair's a different color than the chair that was in a different part, and we have to pull all the chairs,
have, oil kind of on.
Yeah, and we have to pull all these chairs together so they're in direct juxtaposition with one another when we do our book club, but they all kind of go back to the different reading nooks of the small shop.
I love it.
I think at some point in some cabinet, I was looking for some non-powdered cream, and I found a really pretty vase of some sort. And so I bought 2 more, and every time we meet, I stop at the farmer's market before we're gonna meet, and I bring in 3 bouquets of flowers, and we each get to take one home every week, and then I just ask that we bring the vases back each time for a new
Oh,
little arrangement.
Via giving us
Love it.
homework, but also beautiful art, and I
Always forget mine,
love
and
it.
Molly shows up to my house before every meeting to get mine as well as hers.
Oh my
'Cause
god,
I
you
know I
drive us to
always
the book club
forget.
because we're neighbors. You drive us to the book club on the motorcycle, and I hold
Yeah.
the vases and hold on to you.
Yeah. Yep.
Hell
And
yeah.
I
That's so
say those
cute.
can go in the panniers.
It's best to be safe.
And I'm gonna add one additional thing to your room, which is something like other people might use this room, but you guys, your group uses it the most, right? The most regularly for sure, and so they let you have a little bit of extra things to it. And one of them is a something that you all got together the one time several years ago that Robin Masterson, the author, actually visited Brindlewood Bay for a book signing. And then there
Wow.
is a poster in there of her first book that's signed by Robin Masterson that's hanging from the wall in the room. That is your the piece. Honestly, I imagine that when you do book talks, like your chairs all kind of face the poster on the wall, like in a U shape towards the poster, like a mantle.
That Christmas, everyone got like Shutterfly printed ornaments of the like blurry attempt but like kind of cute manifestation of a selfie with Robin that we took while she was signing the poster. So we all have like matching ornaments that are in different shapes.
That's so cute.
Oh my god, this is so
Um,
cute.
and
Oh.
yeah, with that, I think we'll wrap our little character creation session. We'll have much more to talk about, I'm sure. But and next time, and we'll include Kanisha next time, and then we'll probably see it, solve a murder, or at least start solving one for sure. Um,
Oh my gosh. Well, if you stuck with us throughout, thank you so much. We're really looking forward to I don't know, breathe life into these characters as we play them, and we'll be back here in 2 weeks, so not next week, but the week after, to unveil this little like every other week 3-shot series of Brindlewood May. I'm Claire. I've been with Katy and Corson, who
That
have
was
commands.
fast.
And I type really fast. And Danny doesn't have a command, but he's at DannyNat20 on the internet if you want to find him places. He does a show called Only Dan's.
yeah, this
And
Saturday we have a game.
and what's that channel?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at Only Dan's D&D. We have a game at 2:30 on Saturday, Central
Amazing.
What's
Time.
the channel that it's on?
Only Dan's D&D is the name of the channel.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's the only actual play made by Dan's for everyone, and yeah, everyone in it is a Dan. So, so are all of our characters.
Wow.